Here's how I changed my life and business for the better. What I found over a long period of time is that I would start something and then not finish it, or I would focus on the wrong priorities because I'm looking at that and I'm looking at this, and I get distracted. It's a normal thing that happens to all of us. But I've been running Lab Code Agents for 12 years. I've been running a successful real estate business for 22 years, and now we have a brilliant tribe, and now we opened up Realty. And I always come back to one thing I created for myself a few years ago. I don't remember when it was. It must have been like pre 2016. I don't remember exactly when I built it. I call it the process. And in this process, I outline things simply so that I could focus on those things that are actionable. And then they go on my calendar. So I'm going to go over that with you today. This way, you can use the exact same process I have to succeed in the things that you're trying to do, whether they're business related or family or personal. Doesn't matter. Whatever it is, this will help because I've done it. My friends have done it. Colleagues have done it. We've tested this out for years now, and it works. It's simple. I'm Tristan. I run Lab Code Agents. I do this amazing podcast for you, your daily real estate. Now it's 2 years. Can you believe that? It's kind of crazy. And it's 5 to 10 minutes every day so that you can tune in and then you can do whatever you need to do after that. Now, I have this document that I'll gladly give you. It's a PDF so you can use it. You can replicate this process. But you could also use a journal like I do. I actually use a journal even though I have this amazing, beautiful looking PDF. Sometimes I use my iPad with this, but most of the time I just use a blank paper. And this way I have them all on my desk and I can take a look at the different processes. So here we go. Your Daily Real Estate episode. This way you know what episode this is. Episode number 763. How to change your life and business for the better. It starts with the top row. And on the top row, you're going to find different choices. Is this a physical challenge, physical problem that you're going to tackle? Is this an intellectual one, a spiritual one, a business one, a parental one? Whatever it is, at the top, you're going to choose. And then whatever you choose, let's say it's business, just check it off or write it down. And then underneath, you're going to have priority. What's one priority? What's this goal? What's this goal specifically? What's the timeline on it? And what are the actionable things you're going to do? The challenge is that sometimes when we're looking at a goal, I like to call them priorities. When we're looking at a priority or a goal, especially now, New Year's, sometimes they become super vague, and that's the problem. So it starts with something that's very clear. And let's pick something financial. It could be business. It could be, remember, spiritual. It could be anything. But let's pick something business. Let's make it really easy. Let's say I want to make $100,000 and in real estate, and I want to do it by December 31st, 2026. And I want to do it by focusing on the things that I'm amazing at already. Past clients, my sphere, or social, right? So I've got a few things there. Priority, timeline, and I'm specific. The things that I'm great at. I wrote it out. Now I can always get a little bit better, right? But let's start with that. Next is why. Why is this important to you? What are the key motivators? Money's always one of them. Put it in there, but dig deeper. Like, why are you actually doing this? Why is this important? Who do you have to prove something to? You know, that chip on your shoulder is sometimes the best friend that you have. So why is this important to you? Because things are going to get tough. Things are going to get beyond tough where you're barely making it. You're actually negative and you're like, man, is this worth it? Yeah, the answer is yes. The answer is yes if you remember why you're doing it. So spend some time on that one. The next one, 3 strategies. These are the steps that are going to support your one goal or that one priority. What are they? Well, if you're focusing on the things that you're amazing at, the 3 strategies you're going to get to 100,000 in a year are I mean, you can put whatever you want. I'm giving you an example, but past clients, that's one. Number two is your sphere, your core people, right? Those people that know you and love you, and you know them and you love them. They're your friends, right? They may not have bought anything, but they still love you and you love them. And then number three, let's say it's social media. So now you've got three strategies. Now, under that, now that sometimes takes a while to get to, right? I'm going super fast on this. Those are the three strategies. I'm going to focus on my past clients to get more business. I'm going to do a better job connecting with my sphere throughout the year. And I'm going to show up better on social media with relevant, valuable content. Awesome. Now, that's usually where it ends. And that's the problem because you never take it to that next step. And this is why I love this process. I call it the process because now under each strategy on this document, I have three actions. What are the three actions that I'm going to take next for each one of these? And the thing is, this is a living document. So that means those three actions, once you're done and solidified with one of them, you're going to replace it with something else. So the whole year, this is growing. You see? So now let's pick just one with my past clients. I already know what I am and what I'm not doing with my past clients. And I know that based on the things that I am doing, I know what's working, right? With my past clients, let's say you have the same scenario. With your past clients, you know that when you have these get-togethers, they do really well, but you only have one of them. So probably I want to have 2 or 3 more. I want to be specific and say, hey, you know what? One of the actions that I'm going to do, I'm going to outline 3 more events in a year. Now, they don't have to be big, right? They could be small. So 3 more events in a year. Take time to outline that. Now, with that action step, typically it also ends there. I want you to put it on your calendar. Like, when are you going to work on this so that it can become a reality? So the action step number 1 under past clients is going to be create 3 more events in the year where I can invite my past clients to. And it's going to be a 2-hour slot that you're going to work on this on Friday, next Friday, or whatever time it is. Number 2 action step. Well, I do a good job reaching out to my past clients, but every time I've taken them out one-on-one, they love it, and I just don't do enough of it. So I'm probably going to do one-on-one coffee. And I usually go maybe once every 3 weeks. I wish I did more. But what if I pushed myself and I do 1 a week? That's 52, right? And if I don't have a past client, if I don't have enough past clients, then I can go to my sphere on this one, right? But 52 in a year, coffee, easy. And if put it on that little section, right? Action step, one-on-one coffee once a week with a past client. I can meet them at a coffee shop, or I can take coffee to their work, right? They don't have to meet me if they're busy. I can just bring it to them. And if they work from home, even better, I can bring coffee for him, her, and their spouse, right? Or maybe hot chocolate for their kids if they're home, right? That's number 2, action step. And when am I going to work on this? When am I going to actually solidify this process? Well, I know that Friday I'm working on an event and I don't want to overwhelm myself that day. So I'm going to do it the following week. I'm going to do it on a Wednesday. And this is probably going to be like a 1-hour session with myself. So I'm going to do it on a Wednesday at around 10 a.m., 10 to 11 a.m. Now, number 3. Well, I do a good job reaching out to them. But you know what? I could probably do a much better job with handwritten notes. Handwritten notes, just making them feel amazing. Because at the end of the day, like I tell you on almost in every session, I want to make people feel significant. I want to deal dopamine in a lot of what I do. I want to make people feel good. I'm a dopamine dealer. So I want to do a handwritten note. And if I only have, let's say, 52 past clients, then I want to space it out evenly because I don't want to send them out 1 a month. Maybe a handwritten note, probably twice a year, because I'm also calling them and I'm also texting them and I'm also inviting them to events. So if I'm going to write a handwritten note to them, it's going to be every 6 months or so. And now, if I have 52, that's 104. 104 handwritten notes that I have to do. And I have to figure that out. So I'm going to put it into my calendar. Action step number 3. Write 104 handwritten notes to my past clients. 2 each, every 6 months approximately. And now I have to figure out what that looks like. So I'm going to take time. Let's say, you know what, that one, I think I can do that one today. I'm going to take about 30 minutes to figure this one out. It should be pretty easy to put into place because I already write handwritten notes, just not enough of them. And now you do that with your sphere, and then you do that with social or the other strategies that you have. And then you also add, well, who's going to help with this if you have help, right? Or if you want help from your kids or your spouse, or you have an admin, or you have a VA, who's going to help? Can they help? And then what's the reward if you like that? For me, the reward is that it got done. And what's a consequence if you want a consequence? For me, for the consequences, I feel bad I didn't do it. And that is the process. Now I have a process for a lot of things. And those little action steps, those are the ones that go in the calendar because that's how I get things done. That's how I know I'm moving the needle forward. Anyway, hopefully that helped you. Appreciate your time. I'll see you tomorrow. If you need this, just message me on Instagram. I'll send it over to you. And if I'm slow, which I usually am, just give me a few days and you'll get it. Thanks so much.